Okay, so we have been working on half moon and revolves half moon, and so we'll do that, but we'll also work our way through all the parts and pieces of the body. It's a powerful week this week. New moon tomorrow, and then the equinox this weekend. And so just that really to start the year and to try and bring in this lightness and this openness and expansion that we see in the plants. So we can use the trees as our guide of how can we just start to soften, start to move into this new phase of our experience. So when you're ready, let's find our comfy seat. Take a moment to settle, start to tune in. Find your breath. Feel that sunlight coming in the window. Start to move awareness through your body. Noticing the breath coming in the nose, the mouth, moving down into the lungs. Feeling the sit bones on the earth. Letting the body shift and settle. And then ever so gently starting to lengthen the breath and lengthen the spine. Continuing to bring your awareness back to the present moment, noticing where it goes, noticing sensation, thoughts. And then starting to feel into what you need from your practice today, what your body needs, what your spirit needs. Any other people, places, things we'd like to send healing energy to. And then when you're ready, bringing the hands up, starting to rub the hands, starting to generate some friction, some energy, taking a couple more cleansing rounds of breath, and then bringing the hands to stillness, maybe bowing the head, pressing the thumbs into the heart, taking a breath of gratitude. And then let's bring the right hand to the heart, left hand to the top of the head, and a couple rounds of breath here, heart-brain coherent. So feel if you can feel the pulse in your heart, and then if you can feel the pulse as it runs through the head. One more breath here. And then exhaling, releasing the hands, starting to circle out the wrists, open, close, maybe gently shaking. And then sending one hand out, pulling the fingertips back, finding the breath here, and then a little bend into the elbow, pull the hand back to the shoulder, and then pull it back and hold, pivot the heel of the hand out to the side, take a breath. Whatever side you're doing, drop the head the opposite way. And then gently unwind that hand, roll the shoulders, and then changing sides. Pull the other fingertips back. Take a breath here, really push out, stretching the fascia in the hand. Bend the elbow, pull the fingertips back. Pull back and hold, rotate the heel of the hand. Rotate it out, stay, drop the head away, breathe. And then exhaling, gently unwinding, rolling the shoulders again. And then inhale, open up wide, exhale, wrap and cross. Tuck your chin, breathe into the back of the heart. Gently start to rotate from side to side. Okay, inhale back to center. Release the hands, send them out and down. Interlace the thumbs. Spin in and out. Okay, come back out, release the hands, wrap and hug. Same arms on top. Rotate up to eagle arms. Take a breath here. Inhale, lift the elbows, exhale, round forward, cat back. Inhale, arch, lift up, maybe baby back bend, exhale, round. One more time, inhale, lift, look up. Exhale, curl, crunch. Inhale, back to neutral, start to rotate side to side. Breathe, feel the arms turning on. Okay, and then back to center, look at which arm's on top. Inhale, open up. Exhale, cross, hug, other way. Wrap, squeeze, tuck the chin, rotate side to side. So getting the shoulder blades moving on the back. Come back to center, release the hands, send them out and down. Palms interlace. And then curl in and out. Okay, send them out, unwind. Wrap up to eagle. Inhale, lift, look up. Exhale, round crunch. Twice more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Last one. Back to neutral. Rotate side to side. Come back to center. Inhale. Open up. Exhale. Float the arms down. Roll out the shoulders. We're gonna set the left hand. Inhale. Sweep the right hand up and over, side to side. So you can let the opposite hip lift and go along, and then you might also try to keep it rooted and push it back down to the earth as you reach out through the arm. Okay, slow it down a little bit. Stay, settle into one side, and then add a little rotation with the head and the shoulders. So, getting around the shoulder blades, through the armpit, through the rib cage, over to the other side. When you're ready, rotate, look up, reach, look down, move the elbow around a little bit. Okay. Back up to center, turn the palms up, inhale, sweep up, look up, exhale, sweep down. Engage the core slightly, keep that strength and length in the belly. Last time, inhale up, interlace the fingers. Exhale, drop the hands forward, round the back. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, round. Last time, inhale up, exhale, hands behind the head. Gently start to rotate. And then back to center, side bend, side to side. Back to center, release the arms, roll up to tabletop. Maybe a little cat-cow to start, child's pose, roll onto your belly. So, knees wide, press back. Little shift side to side here. Maybe you're tenting the fingers. Maybe hands are bending behind the head. And And inhaling up. Parallel the knees, start to pedal the hands, warming up the wrists, rocking side to side, circling. Maybe lifting one hand at a time, bending into the elbows. And then shifting forward to half plank. Let the core turn on, maybe rock the hips from side to side, rock the head, release any tension in the neck, find a breath here, and then press back, child's pose. Knees wide, maybe heads on a block. If you want a little bit more engagement, press out through the hands, gently scoop the tailbone, squeeze the butt. Breathe into the low back. Inhale, roll back up to tabletop when you're ready, moving into cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, scoop the tailbone, round the back. Nice and gentle, easy with your breath. Adding variation when you're ready, side to side. Circling the head, wiggling the tail. And then back to child's pose. Maybe you tuck the toes. Maybe hands interlace behind the back. And then inhaling, rolling back up, tabletop. We're coming into bird dog. So right hands are strong hand. Right leg reaches back. Left arm reaches forward. We might just stay here and breathe. This could be enough for us. We might curl, crunch, elbow, knee. Inhale, reach, extend, round and crunch. Last one. Okay, set the left hand down, keep the right leg up. Bend at the knee, start to circle the knee. Change directions of your circle. Okay, and then right leg steps out to the right. Rock side to side here. Foot plants on the floor. Maybe leg straightens, maybe not. And then walk that right leg back and around all the way to the left corner. Bend and straighten the right knee. Okay, and then bend and push back. So Garudasana, child's pose. Okay, and then here I might start to come down towards my forearms. And then inhale up, unwind. Right leg back to meet the left. Cat-cow a couple times. And then left hands are strong hand. Right hand reaches forward. Left leg reaches back. Find your breath. Maybe round and crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Last one. Okay, release the right hand back down. Left foot out to the left. Explore with the ankle of your feet. Bend and straighten, rock side to side, circle from the hips. And then walk the left foot all the way back around to the right corner. Bend and straighten the knee a couple times here. And then knee lowers down, press back into the hips. Noticing that maybe it's a little more uncomfortable than a regular child's pose. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, one more round of breath here. Unwind the knees, come back up to tabletop. Shift forward to half plank. Gently drop the hips, lift the heart, stretch through the hip flexors. Slowly lower down. Walk the hands back a little bit, baby cobra. Inhale, lift the head and shoulders. Exhale down. Twice more. Try to keep the back of the neck long. Shoulder blades squeeze together. Breathe. Exhale, let it go. Stack the hands, turn the head to one side. Turn the toes out, give the hips a little wiggle. Breathe into the belly. Bend at the knees, rock the ankles from side to side. If you want a little bit more engagement here, scoop the tailbone, squeeze the butt slightly. Crisscross in the center. So this is butterfly, this is frog, this is tree pose. Okay, release the feet down, take a breath here. We're gonna keep the hands under the head, interlace the fingers. We're gonna do a few Shalambhasana baby supermans. So rest the forehead on the hands, elbows stay wide. Inhale, lift the head up, gaze stays towards the floor. Exhale down, twice more. Lift the elbows, lift the head. This last one, we're gonna stay up and then we're gonna rock the elbows from side to side. Okay, back to center, release the hands down. Unwind, turn the head to the other side. Take a round of breath here. And then slide the hands back by the rib cage, press up and back through tabletop, down dog. Pedal shake, wiggle, twist. Bend one knee at a time, bend both knees. Bend one elbow, bend both elbows. Maybe baby hops, baby hop and hold, floating towards handstand. And then walk the fingers back towards the toes, forward fold. Stay, hey, settle in here. Couple rounds of breath, shake out the head and the neck, shake out the arms. Coming back to center, inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, round and full. Inhale, lift, lengthen, and let it go. Last time, halfway lift, and fold. Reverse swan dive, come all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, sweep them back up. Exhale, sit to chair. Hands are coming to heart center and we're gonna rotate, keeping the spine long. Inhale, come back to center, release the hands to the knees. Roll up onto the toes. Lower the heels back down, straighten the legs. Straighten the arms, we're in halfway lift, flat back. Stick your butt out, hinge forward. Okay, keep this length in the spine, bend your knees, sit to chair. So this is the long side body that we want when we rotate. So now we're gonna take our right hand over to the left knee, okay? Stay long in both side bodies, left hand to the heart, and then rotate open any amount, pull that elbow back, send the gaze towards the sun. Okay, back to center. Inhale, stand up. Give it a little twist out. Okay, and then back in. Hands slide down the knees, nice and long. Left hand to the right knee. Right fingertips to the heart. Lengthen and gently twist. Find the breath. Come back to center. stand up, shake it out. Okay. Right leg's gonna step forward. Left foot steps back. I'm gonna try and start on my back toes if I can. So roll up, lift the heel. If it doesn't work for your body, that's okay. Inhale, send the hands up to the sky. Find a breath. A little lean side to side. Okay, back to center, twist side to side. Okay, inhale, back to center, straighten the front leg, bend and straighten. Okay, and then bend into the front knee. Hinge forward, feel how you're long in your side bodies. Lift, hop, float the back leg. Step it forward. Cleansing breath, let it go. Okay, left foot forward, right leg back. High on the toes if we can. Bend into the front knee. Send the arms up. Maybe up is like this. Maybe up is like this. Lean side to side. If it's not challenging enough, close your eyes. Okay, and then back to center, twist, rotate. Okay, back to center, bend and straighten the front leg a few times. And then use that momentum, bend into your front knee, step, hop, maybe float and hold, step it forward, let it go. Okay, if I've got blocks, I might bring them in here. Right leg is forward, left leg is back, heels down this time. Okay. Bend into the front knee, bend and straighten. So this is our warrior one, pyramid. Okay, bend into the front knee, twist out to the left and back forward. So warrior two, warrior one. Okay, turn to the side, bend and straighten the front leg. Triangle, half moon leg. Okay, bend back into the front knee, pivot forward, let's add the arms. Warrior one, straighten the front leg, hinge with that equal length in your side bodies, pyramid. Inhale, bend into the front knee, come back up. Warrior one, pivot open, warrior two. Drop the back hand back, reverse, lean back. Okay, straighten the front leg. Bend back into the front knee, come back, warrior two. Elbow, knee, side angle. So I might bring my block in here to keep my length in my right side. Inhale, come back up, warrior two. Straighten the front leg, hinge to triangle. Bend back into the front knee, pivot, rotate forward, bend, hop, float, maybe hands go to blocks, warrior three. Release left foot to the mat, forward fold, breathe. Wiggle the hips a little bit side to side, decompress that right leg. Bend into the knees, roll up, inhale all the way up. Okay, changing sides. Left foot is forward, right foot steps back, heels down. Bend into the front knee, square forward. Bend and straighten. The warrior one, pyramid. Bend into the knee, rotate forward, backward. rotate forward, let's add the arms. Warrior one, straighten the front leg, hinge forward, pyramid. Maybe you hold, maybe you let the hands come down, keep the length in both side bodies. Then back into the front knee, peel up. Pivot open, warrior two. Maybe widen your stance. Drop the back arm back, lean back, reverse. Breathe into the left side body here, straighten the front leg, stay for a breath. Okay, bend back into the knee, warrior two. Elbow, knee, side angle. Maybe I just keep my left arm lifted and try and just stay long in that left side body. Inhale, come up, warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Hinge to triangle. Maybe you come in and out. Try and keep that left hip relaxed. Hinge forward. Inhale, come back up. Bend into the front knee. Pivot forward. Step, hop. Float, hold. Warrior three. Inhale up to standing. Shake it out. Okay, right foot's forward. Left foot's back and down, but now we're going to our reverse twist, so you might pivot your foot a little more straight to give you that space to turn. Okay, so find a lunge, bend into your front knee, reach the arms forward, okay? And now, hands to the heart, left hand to the right knee, rotate that right elbow open. Maybe eventually you fold the belly a little bit more onto the leg. Maybe arm goes to the outside of the knee. Maybe elbow eventually gets to the outside of the knee. Maybe right hand extends. I'm focused on my side body and I'm less worried about what's happening with my arms. Okay, unwind. Inhale, step forward, breathe. Yeah. Okay, so left foot's forward, right foot's back. Bend into your front knee, warrior one legs. Okay, send the arms up, and then right hand reaches towards my left knee. Left fingertips to the chest, to the heart. Hinge forward, lay the belly on the thighs, maybe stay long in both side bodies. Slowly, gently rotate any amount. Maybe it's just in our mind. Press the right hand into the left knee, keep hugging the left knee into center. Rotate the left elbow back. Maybe the arm extends, maybe we just keep that arm out of it. Unwind, step forward, wiggle out the hips. Okay. Right foot is forward. Left foot steps back. I'm gonna bring a block in, unless I'm a monkey and my arms are as long as my legs. And some of us it might be. Okay, so I'm gonna get really strong in my left hand and start to press and rotate my gaze out to the right. Okay, right arm might half bind behind the back to help that chest open. Okay, and then start to straighten your front leg. Okay, so that's our half moon leg. And then I might raise my block up. So I'm twisted to the right, a little bend into your right knee, hop forward, float the left foot any amount. Maybe eventually it straightens, and then I try and twist to the right again. Okay, set it back down, unwind. come up, shake it out. Okay. So left foot is forward. Block is on the right side. Okay, bend into your front knee, plant your right hand, twist the gaze, left arm to the sky. Okay, and then gently try and straighten the left leg any amount. Okay, and then a little bend, shift weight into the left foot, rock forward, and then maybe lift. Lift and then re-twist to the left. Lift up through the left hip. And then exhale. Let it go. Come up. Okay, let's step wide. We'll go the wide leg forward fold. So turn towards the mirrors. A little bend into the knees side to side. And then when you're ready, parallel the feet, hinge out of the hips. Release the hands to the ground. Stay here, breathe, shake out the head. Okay, we're gonna walk our hands towards the right foot. Pivot the right toes towards the back of the room. Plant your left hand. Lift your right hand to your heart. Okay? Release back down. Walk over to the other side. Try and keep both legs straight. Plant the right hand. Maybe you're on fingertips. Lift the left fingertips to the heart. Back to center. Walk back into the middle, forward fold again. Maybe you grab the shins, maybe you grab the edges of the feet. And then pivot the heels in, bend into the knees, roll up. And then when you're ready, sink down into goddess, into horse stance, roll the shoulders in. Come back up. Walk the feet in, make your way down onto your back. Yeah. Hug the knees in, rock from side to side. And then releasing feet to the floor, knees are bent, windshield wiper, side to side. Okay, and then back to center. Strong in the feet, start to cat-cow from the tailbone, eventually lifting your hips up into bridge. Nice and strong, squeeze the butt, hug the inner thighs towards one another. Find a round of breath. And then slow and controlled on your next exhale, lower, roll down, full rest at the bottom. Knees might rest together, they might open into butterfly, they might go long, they might hug in. Bridge round 2. Walk the feet back in. When you're ready, root down, lift up. Arms might reach towards the ceiling. They might extend out overhead. Squeeze, engage, breathe, soften in the face. When you're ready, roll down, lower down, full rest at the bottom. See if you can feel in the pulse of the heartbeat. Okay, one more time. If you have a block hand that you want to do supported bridge, you can slide the block under. Otherwise, curl, lift, maybe another arm position, maybe doing something different with the legs, lifting the toes, lifting the heels, sending a foot out towards the view or up towards the sky. Steady, controlled, balancing it out, changing sides when you're ready if you haven't already. And when you've had enough, lower, roll down, send the legs long, wiggle the toes, breathe into the belly, breathe into the hips. Hugging the right knee into the chest, circle the right ankle, point flex, and then bring that right knee across the body to the left hand. Left hand can help pull it down towards the earth. Let the right arm open. Breathe into the right chest, right rib cage. And then gently straightening the right leg any amount. Kick out through your heels, straight leg. Revolve half moon. And then bend that right knee, bring it back to center. Send the right leg long. Take a round of breath. Feel into the body. And then left knee into the chest. Circle the ankle. And then bringing the left knee over to the right. Left arm opens. Find a couple rounds of breath here. Settle into the twist. And then straightening the left leg any amount. Kicking out through the heel. And then slowly, gently come back to center. Send that left leg long. Find the breath. Okay. So our left hand is gonna find the back of our neck. If that doesn't work for your arm, it can just rest on the front of the chest. Okay, our right hand is gonna go to the belly button. And then go 2 inches to the right and 2 inches down. Or if you prefer, zip line, diagonal from the belly button to the hip, somewhere in that region. Okay, and then find your breath here. So this is the ileocecal valve. It's the valve between the large intestine and the small intestine. And so that can get really jammed up. Okay, and then nice and easy, walk your hand up to the belly button, up 2 inches, over 2 inches. So we're on the right side, under the right rib cage, in the liver and the gallbladder. So right side, up and over. Okay, and then find a couple of rounds of breath here.
Is the hand on the neck just hanging out?
The hand on the neck is getting all that energy that moves up to the brain. So we're creating a circuit with our hands to help do, this is what we call the organ reset. So we're only gonna do a few, but there's 10. And so this is the foundation of all of the other human garage exercises that we do. Okay, give the arms a break, let that left arm rest. We're gonna change sides here in a minute. Okay, so our right hand's gonna come to the back of our neck. Our left hand is gonna come belly button, 2 inches out, 2 inches down, press in. Find a couple rounds of breath here. then we're walking that left hand up 4 inches underneath the left rib cage. We're into the stomach. So a little press in, a little bit more over to the left. One more round of breath. Okay, and then let it go. Let the arms relax, wiggle out the fingers. And then tucking the hands under the hips for support if you need it. Lift the legs up towards the sky. Okay, Viparita Karani. If you want to go to shoulder stand, you can rock and roll up. Otherwise, just stay here and let the legs do a little flutter. So a little wiggle side to side, maybe the open and close. And then come back to center, stay up for another couple rounds of breath. And then we're gonna bring the soles of the feet together, open the knees wide in the butterfly. You might grab your feet, curl, lift your head up. And then gently let the head come down, let the knees come back together in the center. Hook the fingertips behind the knees gently. Rock and make your way up to standing. Doesn't matter. Okay, so our one other fascial maneuver that we're gonna do today is anti-gravity. So this is the one where we're squeezing our neck, we're interlacing our fingers, we're squeezing that connective tissue. Inhaling, lifting up, finding our breath here, just moving our head, twist to one side, exhale back to center, twist to the other side. Doing that a couple times. Okay, back to center, keep squeezing. Steer, squat, bend into the knees, flat back, push your butt out towards the back of the room. Lift the elbows, lift the head. Inhale here, twist. Exhale back down. Inhale, hold and twist. Exhale down. Keep moving with your own breath, slow and steady. Okay, one more set. If I was doing this at home, we would do like 12 sets. Okay, squat, squat, squat. As much as you can, round the elbows in. Drop the head towards the chest. Keep squeezing the neck. A couple of rounds of breath here. Squeeze the head, straighten the legs, forward fold. Drop the head down. Steady the breath here and then slowly, gently. Inhale, start to roll yourself up, keep squeezing. Look up. Once you're there, gently, slowly unwind. Find a breath. Wiggle it out, move around a little bit. Okay. So we're gonna come into Garudasana. If we want to use a wall for balance, we might make our way to one. Otherwise, get strong in your right leg, left leg lifts any amount. It might stay like this. It might stay in tree pose. Otherwise, I'm going to start to squat and cross that leg over. Okay, inhale, sweep the arms up, left hand under the right. It might wrap and hug. It might wrap and lift. Squat a little bit more. Lift the elbows a little bit more. Soften in the face. Breathe. And then maybe I can go round and crunch. Inhale, lift little baby back bend. Round and crunch. Lift back bend, and then I can unwind and fly to warrior 3. And then stand up. Shake out that standing leg. Okay, so left leg's our strong leg. Right leg lifts. It might just be on the floor like this. Okay, it might cross over. So maybe you wait with the legs and then do the arm. So right arm under, wrap and hug. Maybe wrap palms towards one another and then maybe bring the leg in. Squat down. Lift the elbows. Relax your jaw. Find your breath. Inhale here. Curl, crunch if you need to. Lift baby back bend from the heart. Round and crunch. Lift. Maybe just steady breath. Unwind it. Fly it out. Up to standing. Let it go. Okay. Left foot's forward. Our right foot is doing our little skier squat over to the left. So it could just be behind a little bend. Maybe it comes all the way over. Maybe I'm working to get my right knee to go towards the floor. So this is Garudasana legs, which we just did in another version. Okay, changing sides. Right foot's forward, left leg steps behind. That could be enough. Maybe a little further over, bend into the knees. Maybe eventually I tap left fingers down to the floor. Last one. Okay, coming up, let it go. So, quad stretch. Maybe we do this on the floor. So, hands finding an ankle. It might find your pant leg, maybe not your ankle. Maybe we just go down to our belly. So once I've got this, press the knee towards the floor and back. Foot's gently kicking into the hand. Maybe bend into that front leg, hinge forward, dancer pose. Gently unwind. Okay, so on the belly is a great way to do it. Other leg. Okay, strong in your standing leg. Press the knee down and back through the hip flexor. That could be enough. Maybe other arm reaches. Maybe in down to the hips. And then when you're ready, slowly, gently unwind, come out. All right, let's make our way back down onto our backs. Take a moment, check back in with your body here. Okay, we're gonna bend the right knee and bring the left ankle over the right thigh. Figure 4. Bottom foot might float, rock side to side here. Okay, bottom leg might lift. Our hands might take that left leg and pull it into the chest. So this is pigeon pose. So I might pull the front leg in and then I might send the bottom leg out and long. So hands holding the top foot. Extend your bottom leg, beautiful. And then bring it back up to connect with the top ankle. Okay, and then maybe twist to the right. If you have, well, twist towards your top foot. you need to go to the left if your right foot's on top. Okay. Come back to center, unwind. Other side, figure 4. Rocking side to side. This might be enough stretch for you here. Maybe bottom leg lifts. Maybe hands grab that top leg and pull it in. Half lotus, pigeon, bird of paradise pose. Okay? So hold that foot with your hand, send your other leg out and long, release that knee support, use your core, and then bring it back up to connect. Twist towards your top foot. This is where we'd eventually go to arm balance. And then unwind, let it go. Soles of the feet together, let the knees open wide, butterfly. We might send the blocks under our knees for support. And so in reclined butterfly, we might let the knees flutter a little bit, getting through the femoral triangle, getting through the hip flexors. Okay, and then slowly, gently send the legs out long. Okay, so if we didn't do push-ups, we did 1 push-up. Let's do 3 more push-ups here. So legs long, arms up to the sky, straight arms, flex the wrists, lift your feet 2 to 3 inches off the ground. Lift your head, keep your gaze towards the ceiling. Lift your head, lift your feet. And then pull back. Push up. Pull. Push. Last one. If you want to do a couple more, go right ahead. Otherwise, let it go. Legs long. Unwind. Relax. Okay. One last little bit of engagement before we start to move towards Shavasana. We're gonna squeeze everything. So we might do what we just did in plank, just lift and hold. You might hug your knees in, lift your head, squeeze everything as hard as you can, and for 1 breath, squeeze tight, exhale, let it go. We're gonna do that twice more. So lift, squeeze, tug more, just tight as you can, hug, and exhale. 1 more time. Lift, squeeze, hold, engage as much as possible. Exhale, let it go. And then check in with your body. Happy baby. Maybe something else, maybe supported bridge. Maybe heart opener with the block. Maybe today you use your layers to cover your eyeballs. And then gently, slowly, whenever you're ready, no rush. Moving toward Shavasana or another resting pose. Releasing control of the breath. Just let the body melt down into your mat. Honoring rites of passage. We are spilling over with gratitude today for divine support and presence in our lives. We need your energy to move through our transitions. We need creativity and motivation to find the healers who can help us honor ourselves when we change. Help us cherish the inevitable changes we face. Guide us in ceremony and celebration when our time comes. Teach us to honor the young ones when their bodies and minds shift and mature. Show us how to midwife the elders and the sick across the bridge and into the next dimension. Hold us close to you when we must leave old ways behind in order to embrace what is next for us. Remind us that change is not to be feared, but cradled in recognition. Channel our energies into the causes that serve the highest purpose for all. Teach us how to understand that we are all the same in the way that we continue to develop up and away like magical beanstalks. Help us transmute what falls away from our strong stems in order to mulch and protect what is trying to grow from our roots up into us. Break down the dams of resistance that obstruct the steady current between our minds, spirits, and you. Help us surrender and wonder during our transformations. Help us clear the way for beauty in all of its forms to stream through us. Root us firmly in the soul soil as our branches reach high for home in the star nation. Lay us down on the Great Mother under your sparkling blankets and the comfort of the moon to receive your transmissions. Surround us in your warmth and light and usher us into new stages as precious children of the earth who never stop growing and do so because you inspire us to rise. Back to the breath. Floating on the breath for a couple rounds, connecting with that life force energy, that prana. Letting the breath ripple through the body, all the way out to the skin, down to the fingers and toes, up and out beyond the head. 1,000-petal lotus of the crown chakra, letting the mind stay relaxed, letting the body continue to receive the benefits of your practice. And when you're ready, slowly, gently, in whatever way feels best for you in this moment, bringing movement back. Starting to wiggle, starting to stretch. Hugging one or both knees in. Rolling to one side for a round or two of breath. And then when you're ready, spiraling up to seated for another couple rounds of breath. Taking a moment here to check in before we transition, noticing what shifted, feeling into how you want to move out into the rest of your day. Reconnecting the hands at the heart, bowing to yourself, honoring that precious work the light in me honors and recognizes the light in each of you. Namaste.
That's for awesome class.